So selling the Jeep. You're working on a new build. Had it for 2 seasons. It's time to move on. So, like some of the additions we put on there, I'm going to incorporate it, some of those, in the new build. But goodbye Jeep.
That's right, sold the Jeep. I want to start off by just saying, for those of you who are coming to this video because of the description on the vehicles and that kind of thing, with the hunting rig build, typically you see bow hunting content, coaching, tips, some vlog videos that we've been adding recently. But this project for me on this vehicle build started about almost 2 years ago, where I had purchased the Jeep Wrangler, hunted with it for two seasons, 2 falls, owned it for about a year, 8 months, year, 10 months, something like that. And I just want to preface this by saying I was looking for a very capable off-road vehicle to take me on all my hunts, as some of the hunts, the terrain gets to be pretty aggressive, pretty rough. I'm not rock crawling. I'm not taking it to the extreme, if you will. Even though some of the places we go to here in Colorado, as we start getting into some of these trailheads that are pushing timberline, and you've got a lot of miles that you go off-road, the end goal is not to be climbing, just basically putting the vehicle to its ultimate test. In that respect, the Jeep, you know, I have to give kudos to that Jeep, because once I hit the gravel road or the dirt roads, that vehicle was awesome. No gripes with that there. The only gripe is that when I go on a hunt and I spend 3, 4, 5 hours one way on the highway getting to where I'm going to be going, and maybe experiencing 3 to 5, 10, 15 miles off-road, the balance wasn't there. So as you can tell, I am in a 4Runner TRD off-road premium. Picked up a 2018 4Runner, and the build, the continuation or phase 2 of the build is beginning. So again, the goal here was to have is to build the vehicle that can take me to any of my hunts. I hunt from New Mexico, Colorado, Nebraska, Kansas are the 4 primary states that I hunt year after year. I've done some hunting in Texas, considering doing some hunting up north into Idaho or Canada. So I wanted a vehicle that was comfortable on the road, considering I may be spending a lot of highway miles there. And then when I get off the pavement, I need very capable off-road vehicle. Obviously the 4Runner is a smaller platform. I have a diesel, so some of you might be saying, why not a truck? I have that vehicle now. I've got a Duramax, and it's great for so many things. But when you start getting into some of that, I don't want to say extreme, but there's dirt roads, there's bad dirt roads, and there's really bad dirt roads where we go on some of these entrance points to where we go off hunting, especially Western style hunting, that I needed a vehicle that I can depend on, that wasn't going to be nervous about. And again, you know, when you consider off-road vehicles, Jeeps are obviously what some people might say #1, and 4Runners are probably a close second behind it. So it was always a vehicle that was in my mind after having the Jeep and owning the Jeep, and having the gripes of the way it drove. I mean, you don't know until you know. And you know, the people say, hey, you know, you talk to someone about it and they say it's a Jeep. Well, I kind of got tired of that excuse. And not that I have anything against the Jeeps. Like I said, as far as off-road capable vehicles, loved it. It's just I needed a little bit better blend for where I was going, as much highway time as I spend getting to where I'm going. So a few details on the 4Runner. When I purchased it, I gotta say, whoever owned this before me, I mean, it was low miles I bought it, so I'm glad for that. It was clean. However, I'll show you here, there's some stickers, decals, hey, not my style, okay? So those had to come off first and foremost. But continuing with what I'm doing on the build, it's kind of going to be a 3 to 4 phase build. Phase 1 was the lift, tires, and phase 2 is going to be the rock sliders, the roof rack, and phase 3 is going to be bumpers. So in between all those phases, I've got a bunch of internal gear and gadgets that I'm going to be looking to add from a storage standpoint, from having extra gear packs, you know, to where if I go out on a camping trip or just a weekend trip with my kid, or one of my kids, both of my kids, to have a pack that's loaded with essentials, rain gear, you know, fire starting kits, food, water purification, that kind of stuff, to have that in a nice mid to small size Kifaru day pack, which I love Kifaru, so I'm sending them a shout out. I'm gonna have that ready to go. The bumper build will include a winch, so I'll have, you know, that type of gear as well. But anyway, starting with phase 1, going back to where we're at right now, we added what I'm putting on this vehicle is a 3-inch Toytech Boss suspension. Got the SPC upper control arms. The wheels of choice went with the 18-inch Fuel Vapors. The tires, we're going with a Nito Ridge Grappler 285/70 R18. That tire finishes out just a touch over 33.5 inches tall. At this point, I've only had the vehicle lifted for about 10 days. Haven't had a chance to do, I mean, I've went off on a couple dirt roads that were close enough and just tried to, haven't got anything to rub yet. So obviously everything's new. There's going to be some settling. We're going to have some tweaking there. But I tell you, the look of this vehicle from when I first bought it to where I have it now, not that looks are everything, it's awesome. I mean, the ground clearance, you can just, it just sits so high. I do have the KDSS system on the off-road premium, to where, you know, when I'm braking hard, when I'm turning on I'm not getting a whole bunch of body roll. And I know that's a gripe on some of the SR5s and some of the other vehicles. This being my first 4Runner, in full disclosure, I'm not claiming to know everything about 4Runners. I'm just telling you that this vehicle, on initial feel and response on everything, it's much more comfortable. The ground clearance is there. Obviously the rock sliders and the roof rack, like I said, I got a Gobi roof rack order, and I do have rock sliders in. They just came in from Toytech, so I'm going to be putting those on as well. But happy with the initial visual look of the ride, and like I said, the drive itself is awesome. It's way better than the Jeep, obviously, which is what I was looking for. So now to take it to the test as we get into some of these off-road adventures, and specifically as I go on my mountain goat hunt this year in Colorado, drew that tag. I'm going to be looking to access some roads that are going to be taking me, you know, pretty close to tree line, and some roads obviously are maintained better than others, as you know, those of you from Colorado who've been into some of these mountain areas in Colorado. So we're gonna see. I mean, I'm excited for this build. Obviously it's looking real good, and I'm gonna just bring you along the process, because there's a lot of things as a bow hunter, and again, this is being a bow hunting channel, and this rig being for bow hunting purposes, there's things that I'm gonna need in my toolkit for repair, for fixing, that there's something. I mean, YouTube's a great place, so a lot of the guys out there that I've been watching their videos on, you know, the off-road builds and accessories and so many things, I've gotten a lot of ideas on how to integrate bow hunting applications from a tools, from a repair, from a storage standpoint. So I'm excited to try to put that into this vehicle and really create the ultimate bow hunting vehicle for myself in its Western bow hunting application. So thanks for following along, thanks for watching. Like I said, there's going to be a specific video series here just for the vehicle build, which I'm really excited about. And like I said, if you have any comments or things that, again, I'm a newbie to the Toyota world and the 4Runner world. I'm very happy with this purchase at this point in time, but if there's anything that you, hey, consider this, look at that, I'm happy to research that, because like I said, the rabbit hole of the options and the capabilities that these vehicles have is just that. It just leads you down a rabbit hole. So a little bit disappointed with the wait times. I do have my rear bumper ordered from local Colorado company. I'm huge on supporting the local guys if I can, being a Colorado business myself. Shop here behind me, No Limits Archery in Denver. Hefty Fab Works, shout out to them. I got my bumper order from them. Not real excited about the wait time. Weight being a very big concern. If I have coolers in the back, I've got a rack that comes off and that I'm going to put in the hitch, receiver hitch off the back to take a cooler with me, a big cooler when I usually go hunting. Weight's a big concern on the back end of the vehicle. So I do have the upgraded springs, the coils on the lift right now. So we're trying to build it to be prepared for that. But still, I ended up going with a hybrid. I mean, it's aluminum in many respects bumper with a lighter weight overall finish on that Hefty Fab Works. So hoping to you know, capitalize just on that, on saving a little bit of weight there. I know a lot of people are going to say aluminum's not as strong. You know, sometimes you want the strongest in the rear. I'm going with a full steel bumper in the front. You know, in case some of those dirt roads going in and out of Nebraska and Kansas at night, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've almost hit deer on the road, and even into Colorado when you're driving late on the mountain roads. So it's going to get dressed up. Like I said, learning process. I'm full disclosure, trying to make the best decisions I can. But once again, I'm just happy to showcase what I'm working on. And you know, like I said, leave your comments below, like and subscribe if you like the channel. And like I said, it's a little spin-off of what we normally do, but all, you know, it all kind of molds into the big picture, big package. So that's all I've got for this one. So we'll see you guys soon.